Creation begins the moment your field returns to the geometry of the divine, but you still live trying to push reality with the force of your mind, while what truly shapes everything moves beneath your awareness. There is a structure that pulses silently around you, a field that radiates, returns, nourishes itself, and expands in a continuous flow. It does not run out. It does not rely on external sources. It is the very intelligence of the universe, repeated within you. They call it the toroidal field, but it is not just a shape. It is a portal, a pulse, a mirror between the unseen and the manifest. When this field activates within the body, something rare happens. Energy no longer escapes. It circulates. It feeds itself. It creates vibrational density, and with it, magnetism. You stop chasing and start orbiting. That is why reality does not shift when you shout. It shifts when you pulse in the right rhythm. This field is not passive. It creates, it protects, it guides, and you are about to remember how to activate it. From this point on, knowing is not enough. You need to feel the spin and allow it to transform you into something that almost no one notices, but that silently governs everything. A self-sustaining center of creation. Everything that exists emits, and everything that emits returns. This is the backbone of reality, but few see the architecture behind this dance. The toroidal field is that architecture, a flow that is born from the center, expands, curves, and returns to the same point. It is not a concept, it is a function. It is the way the human heart generates coherence. It is how the planet generates magnetism. It is how creation sustains itself without depending on outside forces. The universe pulses in this form, and when your body aligns with it, something extraordinary happens. You become source, not just a channel source. Your energy no longer leaks and begins to nourish itself. This is the hidden code. The human body can generate a coherent toroidal field when moved with circular intention. Subtle spins, spiral movements, wave-like breathing, these gestures activate the circuit. And once the circuit is lit, it starts feeding you with the same energy that once dissipated. That is why certain masters seemed tireless. They did not burn out because they did not disconnect from their own source. Thoth taught this spin as a bridge between planes. Hermes concealed this secret in the correspondence. What is within is like what is without, but also what spins within shapes what is outside. And the traditions that survived the collapse of empires carried this in their bodies, in Tai Chi, in Qigong, in spiral dances. Everything that spins with intention activates what was asleep, and when you become a field that nourishes itself, there is no longer separation between energy and matter. You begin to generate, to protect, to manifest. Thoth did not write to teach, he wrote to activate. The tablets are not manuals, they are vibrational mirrors. Each symbol holds a frequency, each geometry a key. Among them, a recurring teaching, everything that sustains itself spins. Creation is not linear, it breathes in spirals. This pattern appears hidden in the legends of Atlantis, in Eastern mandalas, in hermetic seals, in the circular choreographies of the initiates. They did not spin out of ritual, they spun for realignment. They understood that the mind is a fragment, but the field, when activated, accesses totality. When Hermes encoded the universal principles, he did not place them in that order by chance. Mentalism comes first, but right below it, the second principle, correspondence. And this is where the toroidal field begins to emerge, as the bridge that links the invisible to matter. What is within is like what is without is not just a philosophical phrase. It is a reminder of the spin that connects all planes. This wisdom was protected, not out of elitism, but because of the risk. Because when a being discovers how to nourish their own energy, they become too free to be controlled. That is why these practices were disguised as dance, meditation, or art. The vibrational engineering had to be hidden behind harmless forms. But those who could see, knew. The toroidal field was not mystical, it was mechanical. A living spiral that organizes chaos, stabilizes the self, and creates resonance with the whole. And now, millennia later, the veil begins to lift. Not through grand revelations, but through the subtle spin of the body, remembering again. On the surface, the toroidal field seems esoteric. But when science approached it with precise instruments, it found the exact same structure, pulsing at the center of the human being. The HeartMath Institute showed that a heart in a state of coherence generates a measurable electromagnetic field that extends up to 3 meters beyond the physical body. And this field is not scattered. It organizes itself in a toroidal shape, with emission, return, and continuous self-adjustment. More than that, it influences the brain, regulates biological systems, and changes how the body interacts with its environment. What the ancients knew through experience, science now measures through sensors, and there is more. Physicist Nassim Haramein proposed that space-time itself is organized into interconnected toroidal fields, where each point holds the potential of the entire structure. It is as if the universe projects itself from the inside out, just like the field of the heart. What does that mean in practice? That you are, quite literally, a frequency-generating center. And when that frequency enters coherence through breath, movement, or intention, you do not just feel it, you emit it, and everything around you, on subtle levels, begins to organize in response. The bridge between science and ancient wisdom is no longer on paper. It is in your body, spinning, right now. The theory of the field does not transform, the spin does. And it does not begin with grand rituals or complex techniques. It begins with a gesture. The first step is to reposition the body as a vibrational source. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, feel where your energy is stuck. Now, begin the movement. Step 1. Gentle spin from the center, standing upright, with your feet parallel. Slowly twist your torso to one side, then to the other, as if squeezing time itself. This movement activates the toroidal center of the chest, releases the stiffness of the field, and begins to form the vortex. Do not think, breathe into the spin. 3 minutes like this, and the system already begins to respond. Step 2. Spiral in the hands with your arms in front of you. Rotate your wrists in opposite directions, slow, mindful circles, as if drawing the invisible. This gesture activates the outer edge of the field. You are signaling to your body that it is once again emitting with intention. Remain in this gesture for 2 minutes, feeling warmth build in your palms. Step 3. Circular breathing. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Remain empty for 4. This square cycle, repeated for 3 rounds, begins to create coherence between the heart and the brain and the field. At this point, stabilizes. You start to feel the spin within, even while still. This is the code being reactivated. The body remembers. The energy begins to nourish itself. The field starts to respond. But there is still noise, fragments of attention, emotional interference. This is where we enter the second stage, clearing residual frequency, because spinning is not enough. It is necessary to silence the distortions that prevent the coherent field from forming. Step 4. Slow neural flight. Sit with your spine upright. Bring your attention to the point between your eyebrows. Now, with your eyes closed, begin to imagine a bird made of light flying over your inner field, from your head to your heart. This is not a visual exercise, it is vibrational. This symbolic flight clears mental residues that keep the field trapped in old patterns. Do the flight in 3 cycles, breathing slowly. You will feel the mind quiet and the chest expand. This image is a neuroquantum archetype. It activates subtle structures related to vibrational reorganization. Step 5. Spin of no thinking. Stand up. Close your eyes. Begin to spin your body slowly around your own axis, like the Sufi dervishes. There is no direction, no destination, only rotation. As you spin, allow your thoughts to fall away. The spin dissolves the narratives. It is as if the body takes command and returns the mind to its place of stillness. Spin for 2 to 3 minutes, at your own pace. If you feel dizzy, stop and feel the field around you. It is formed. You are now pulsing from within. The energy no longer escapes. It spins, returns, and nourishes. You have become a conscious, vibrational source. With the field stabilized, the final step is to align emission with intention. Because a coherent toroidal field does not just spin, it transmits. And what you emit defines what you attract. Step 6. Intentional encoding now. With the field active, bring your attention to the center of your chest. Breathe there as if the air were born from your heart. And without rushing, insert an intention. But pay attention, not a desire, a frequency. Do not say, "I want peace." Vibrate peace as if it were already within you, filling each spin, each layer of the field. Intention is not a command. It is sustained vibrational presence. Hold that vibration for a full minute. This is the moment when you encode the field, and it begins to emit. Step 7. Vibrational sealing. Gently touch the center of your chest with both index fingers. Feel it. This gesture anchors the frequency into the physical body. It is like recording into the field. This is my energetic signature now. From this point forward, the toroidal field begins to operate as a shield of coherence. Anything that does not resonate with that frequency loses strength, loses access, loses effect. You are not just protected, you are consciously shaping the reality around you. The spin continues, even in silence. And you are now part of the flow, not as someone who tries, but as someone who vibrates and generates. Alison felt that something inside her was trapped in an invisible cycle. She moved, worked, talked about spirituality, but it felt like swimming in circles inside a glass. On the outside, there was movement. On the inside, an aimless emptiness. It felt like everything passed through her, but she couldn't hold on to anything, as if her energy was leaking through points she couldn't locate. It was exhausting. Until, during a silent retreat, a much older woman approached her and said, "Stop trying to attract, learn to spin." At first, Alison thought it was just another pretty metaphor, but that same afternoon, she was guided through a strange practice: slow circular movements, rhythmic breathing, eyes closed. She thought it would be just a gentle choreography, but soon, something changed. In the center of her chest, she felt a kind of spiraling warmth, as if a forgotten thickness was returning to her body. She wasn't just moving, she was being moved. Her mind, for the first time in years, stepped aside, and what came wasn't an image, nor a message. It was a state, silent, full, radiant. In the days that followed, Alison repeated the spins in silence, without expectations. But the field began to shift. Conversations became lighter. Decisions felt more natural. She was no longer trying to control anything, yet everything seemed to reorganize around her. And most remarkably, her energy no longer ran out. For the first time, she felt that what she was sending out was coming back. But not the same. It returned, amplified. It nourished. It sustained. As if she had stopped being someone who seeks and had become a vibrational center. Right there, without understanding it with the mind, she knew the toroidal field had formed, and her life was already spinning in a new direction. The greatest obstacle is not doubt, it is haste. The anxiety to feel something immediately, to transform everything in minutes, to see external results before the inner field is even remotely aligned. The body has been programmed for linearity, stimulus, response, reward. But the toroidal field does not respond to that. It operates in layers. And when you begin the activation, what emerges first is not a miracle. It is noise. Old vibrational patterns still caught in the spin. Memories, unprocessed emotions, echoes of frequencies that no longer belong to you. This is the point where many give up. They think they are doing it wrong. But in truth, this is where everything starts to work. The toroidal field first clears, then it aligns, then it manifests. Transmutation lies in accepting this process as part of the architecture, not as a flaw, but as a phase. The practice that dissolves this resistance is simple. Return to the spin of no thinking, even if just for 2 minutes. But this time, before you spin, say internally, I am not here to force, I am here to remember. Then allow the body to lead. That small gesture of releasing control is the turning point. That is when the field stabilizes, and you stop trying to vibrate, because you finally begin to vibrate fully. You are not here to repeat patterns. You are here to remember codes. The toroidal field is not just a beautiful idea. It is a living technology, pulsing within you right now. When activated, it creates a vibrational circuit where energy is not lost, not fragmented, not depleted. It circulates. It feeds itself. It returns. This is the geometry of conscious creation. It is not about controlling reality. It is about becoming compatible with it. You have learned that it is possible to spin the body with intention, to breathe with rhythm, to encode frequencies, and more than that, that you can become a self-sustaining vibrational center, capable of emitting, sustaining, and manifesting realities from within. It all begins with the spin. But the spin is not the end. It is the beginning of reconnection with what was dormant. Because true manifestation is not a shout, it is coherence. And the world responds to what is coherent. The ancestral wisdom that passed through generations, crossed civilizations, and survived the collapse of empires now touches your skin. You are part of the same pattern that moves the galaxies, and when you spin with awareness, you become one with that movement. Nothing outside of you will ever be stronger than what begins to spin within. Plotinus wrote, "Return to yourself and look. And if you do not yet see yourself as beautiful, act like the sculptor who shapes a statue. You are the statue, but also the sculptor. And the spin is the invisible chisel that reveals what was already there, ready to emerge. When you spin with the universe, it does not spin with you, it bows." If this video touched something deep within you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This simple gesture helps expand this frequency to others who also need to awaken. I want to feel your presence vibrating in the comments. Right, I activate the field that nourishes me. This affirmation seals the living geometry we have just remembered together. Share this video with someone who is trying to manifest, but forgot that the body is also a creator. And do not stop here. Click on the screen and dive into another transformative video from the Transcend channel. Every conscious spin realigns you with what is already ready to become real. You do not spin to escape the world. You spin to remember that the world is born from within.